Hey guys, welcome back. And I hope you're having a great holiday if you celebrate this time of year. Here in Australia, it's typical to have a pavlova as a Christmas dessert, but I decided on something different this year. So today, I'll show you this cheesecake I made. I made it from scratch, including the graham cracker crust, and it was all surprisingly easy. It turned out so delicious. The cheesecake was moist, the crust was crunchy, and the strawberry and cream Santa hats made it perfect for the occasion. Making it from scratch is definitely more time consuming. For instance, there are a few hours worth of chilling ingredients in the fridge. If you were short of time, it would be a good idea to make at least the crust and cheesecake a day in advance, so it's ready to decorate with the Santa hats when it's time to serve. So, before we make the crust, we need to make the graham crackers. They're not typically available in Australia, but I found this easy graham cracker recipe by Joshua Wiseman, which I'll link in the description. For this, you'll need some whole milk, wholemeal flour, cinnamon, salt, a neutral tasting oil such as canola, 1 egg, honey, plain flour, brown sugar, and baking powder. And the equipment you'll need: 2 medium-sized mixing bowls, a whisk, measuring cups and spoons, a rolling pin, baking paper, and cling wrap. And you'll also need a large flat baking tray. This one's about 60 centimeters by 40 centimeters, and a cooling rack. I'm just using one of the oven racks. First, preheat the oven to 180 degrees and mix all the dry ingredients together: the plain flour, wholemeal flour, brown sugar, salt, baking powder, and finally cinnamon. And give it a good mix. Then move that to the side and grab the other mixing bowl. Crack the egg and give it a whisk. To that, add the milk, the oil, and the honey. And give it another whisk. Now add the wet ingredients to the dry. And mix. Then give it a good knead with your hands. If it's too dry, add a splash of milk. When that's done, wrap the dough in the cling wrap. And put it in the fridge for an hour. When that's chilled, it's time to roll it. Start with a well-floured surface. Roll it out to 3 millimeter thickness. And then transfer it to the tray lined with baking paper. Pierce the dough with a fork. Bake for 15 to 20 minutes or until it's dry and crisp. I think I slightly overdid mine, but it still tasted great. And you can discard the burned bits anyway because you won't need to use all of it. When it's finished, let it cool off on the rack. Now it's time to make the crust. For this you'll need the cooled graham crackers, brown sugar, melted butter plus a little extra to brush on the tray, and salt. For the equipment you'll need a mixing bowl, whisk, foil, square baking pan about 20 to 22 centimeters wide, measuring cups and spoons, including a flat measuring cup to press the crust into the pan before baking, and to crush the graham crackers, a rolling pin and a plastic bag. Also a blender greatly helps this process. Make sure the oven is preheated to 180 degrees. Place the graham crackers in the bag. And crush them with the rolling pin. Then transfer to the blender. Blend until it makes a fine crumb. Then add 2 cups to the mixing bowl. And pick out any large chunks that are left over. Then to that, add the brown sugar and salt. Give that a good stir. Then add the melted butter. And mix into a wet, sandy mixture. Then line a baking tray with foil. Make sure there is enough overhang too. This will help lift the cheesecake out of the pan later. You'll need 2 sheets, one lined vertically and one horizontally, and mold each sheet to the pan well. Brush the extra melted butter onto the foil and add the crust mixture to the pan. Use the flat measuring cup to press it down nice and firm. Bake it in the oven for about 10 minutes and then set aside to cool. Baking the crust first sets it before you add the cheesecake filling onto it. Now for the cheesecake filling. I found this classic cheesecake recipe from Sally's Baking Addiction, but I have slightly altered the amounts of sour cream and cream cheese for mine. You'll need eggs, cream cheese, fresh lemon juice, vanilla extract, sugar, and sour cream. All ingredients are at room temperature. It's a lot easier to mix them. Equipment you'll need is a large mixing bowl, measuring cups and spoons, foil, a hand mixer or a stand mixer, and a deep roasting pan. This needs to be big enough to fit the baking pan with the cheesecake, and 2.5 centimeters of water for the water bath. So again, making sure the oven is preheated to 180 degrees. Add the packets of cream cheese to the bowl. And the sugar, and use the hand mixer to beat that together until it's smooth and creamy. Start on a low setting at first and gradually increase the speed. Add the sour cream, the vanilla extract, and the lemon juice, and beat again until combined. Now we'll mix in 1 egg at a time, being careful not to overmix the batter. To make the water bath, put the pan with the crust into the large roasting pan and pour the cheesecake batter over the crust. Use a spatula to smooth the top. Boil a full kettle of water and pour the water into the large roasting pan 2.5 centimeters deep. And carefully place into the oven. Bake for 55 to 70 minutes. When it's done, the middle should wiggle slightly when you shake it. It's important to cool the cheesecake in stages. So first turn the oven off and let it sit in there for an hour while the oven cools down. Next, let it cool completely on the counter, and then finally cover and put into the fridge for at least 4 hours. Now you'll need some whipped cream to help create the strawberry Santa hats. It's very easy to make with just some cold, full-fat, pure cream, vanilla extract, and some powdered sugar, like icing sugar. And the equipment you'll need is a bowl, preferably chilled, a mixer, also with chilled beaters if possible, and some measuring cups and spoons. Add the cream, sugar, and vanilla into the bowl. And beat the ingredients together, starting off on a low setting. As you're mixing, the cream will double in size, and we want medium to stiff peaks, where these swirl marks will hold their shape, but don't overmix this either. And finally, it's time to decorate the cheesecake with the Santa hats. I got this idea from a blog called Cooking Classy. Even though mine didn't look nearly as perfect as theirs, they were still totally cute and festive. To decorate, you'll need the cheesecake, whipped cream, and some strawberries. And you'll need a piping bag or just a resealable bag with a small tip of the corner cut off. First, cut the ends off the strawberries so they stand upright. And lift the cheesecake out of the pan using the overhanging foil. My cheesecake had slight overhanging edges that I trimmed off with a knife. Next, you can cut the cheesecake into smaller squares. It helps to have some paper towel handy to wipe the knife after each slice. Next, you can set up the piping bag and scoop the cream in. Put the strawberries onto the cheesecake squares. And gently pipe the cream around the strawberries. and finally a little bit on top of each strawberry. And there you have it. It's actually a pretty easy recipe. Despite being a bit time consuming, it was well worth it for the result. Super moist, delicious cheesecake with a crunchy base that stayed crunchy even while in the fridge. And the Santa hats are just a great addition if you're looking for something a little more festive for Christmas. I hope you find time to give these a go. I'm definitely not a chef, so I'm sure yours will look even better than mine, but at the very least, they'll taste amazing. Enjoy the rest of your holidays, guys, and have a great New Year's.